morning, ladies. I'm gonna try to jump on real quick and go over the meal prepping for you guys. It is 9:30 in the morning and Ethan is still asleep, so chances are he may wake up while I'm doing this, and he is a serious grouch in the morning. So if I have to pause and then come back later and finish it, I will do that for you guys, definitely before lunch. So Carolyn talked yesterday about the container system, so I'm going to talk about meal prepping and what my routine usually looks like, and just some quick tips for you guys to kind of help get you started, if this is your first time with us, or if you're continuing and you're still struggling in the meal prepping department. For me, honestly, it took probably about 2 to 3 rounds of these groups and trying to find a routine that works for me and that's manageable and that's like quick and easy and to the point for me to actually get it down and feel comfortable with doing it every week and just knocking it out right away. So I'll just run down what my routine looks like. So normally we will grocery shop and meal prep on Sundays at our house. I did it last week on Saturday, like while Rolly was at work, and it worked out a little bit better, so that way we have more time together on Sunday. So I'm going to try to do the same thing today. So what I'll do, Pinterest is my go-to for everything as far as like recipes, and it's really good about, you know, if you type in like 21-day fix recipes, it'll give you the recipe, and then at the very end it'll have the container count, so it's all right there for you. It's super simple, and you can literally find every single recipe from crock pot to seafood to beef to chicken to vegetarian, whatever it is, you know, that you are practicing with your lifestyle or whatever it is. Pinterest is the place to go. It's the easiest, and I've been using that since day one. So whenever I go to Pinterest, I'll type in easy 21-day fix recipes, 21-day fix lunch ideas, breakfast ideas, dinner ideas, snacks, and it'll have, like I said, all of the container counts and everything for you. So I will go through. I'm really plain Jane when it comes to what I eat for lunch during the week. To be honest, it's usually chicken, veggies, and then like some type of carb. It's just easier for me to bake all of that in bulk on Saturday or Sunday, and then make enough for both Rolly and I during the week. I cook for him as well because I'm really trying to get him on board. He's usually pretty good, but some weeks it's like pulling teeth. But anyways, so lunches are usually always the same for me. I urge you to do the same. Just pick one recipe that you can eat throughout the week that you can make a ton of on Sunday, and then that's usually knocked out. For my breakfast, I will alternate between my shake, or I do like oatmeal. It's really super easy. I like to have my carb like first thing in the morning because then it will hold me over until like I can have my first snack like at 10. Since I work out early in the morning, I usually eat breakfast like around 6, but of course for you people that have like a full-time job, you'll be up at the same time too, so that's what works for me. Whenever I look for my dinner recipes, I usually type in like 21-day fix easy recipes, and I look for anything that is under like 30 minutes to make. And all of my recipes that I'm going to post in here and share with you guys are all under 30 minutes to make, because most of us are super busy. We don't have a ton of time in the afternoon to spend time in the kitchen, especially if you have kids and you have to get them ready, get yourself ready for the next day, amongst all the other obligations that we have. So, you know, I'll also too, when I'm doing dinner recipes, I'll look for recipes that will yield leftovers, so then I can have it next day for lunch. 2 meals in one, super easy. The one thing that you always want to remember if you're starting out on this journey is keeping it super simple. Don't overcomplicate things, because when you overcomplicate things, you tend to get really overwhelmed. And if you're overwhelmed, you're stressed. And if you're stressed, you don't want to do this. You feel like it's too much work and it's not something, a lifestyle that you can keep up. So the main objective here is to keep your meals and your meal prepping routine as simple as possible. And if you ever have questions or anything, that's why we're here in this group. Post the question, because chances are if you have a question, someone else has the same question. That's what this group is for, to teach you how to make this into a lifestyle and make it stick. So I got off on a rant, but as soon as I go through and I find my recipes for the week, I usually pick like 5 to 6 recipes, maybe sometimes 7 if for some reason, if I get into the week and what I had planned for that day I don't really want, so that way I have the flexibility to pick something else. So once I find my recipes, I will go through and I'll write down, actually I do a Google Doc, which is the format that I posted this week's recipes in. So I will just literally copy and paste everything into a Google Doc. That way I always have it forever. If you don't have a Google Drive, I would definitely recommend doing it. That way you can just keep up a stockpile of all of your recipes. I've been doing that since forever, and it's super, super easy, and I always have them there if I'm pressed for time and don't have time to look for recipes. So I'll copy and paste all those into a Google Doc, and then after I'm done with that, I will actually go into my kitchen and see what do I already have, that I don't need to buy extra at the store. Usually for us, like I have a lot of like the staples and stuff on file, like with, our vegetables, that if I, was going to do something in the crock pot, I have all of that already. So mainly the things that we buy every single week are either just our meat, which we also buy in bulk, and we will freeze it, and then I'll just unthaw it as I need it. That's really good with saving money. And then like produce, because that stuff, we go through it like that. But other than that, I always have my staples and stuff. So we'll go to the grocery store, I will buy everything that I need, I will come home, and then that's when the meal prepping starts. What I always normally do, like I said, for my lunches, I always do like chicken or something like that. So I will lay it all out on a sheet, throw it in the oven. While that is baking, I'll get my huge pan and like do my rice. I have like a huge pan that I will buy like the fresh green beans, and literally we'll just throw it all in there, and like my lunches are all like getting made at the same time. While all of that is going on, I will go through and pre-cut all of my veggies that I plan on using for the week, as well as my fruits, and portion those out into small baggies. The one thing that cuts out so much time for me is pre-cutting my vegetables and my fruits for the week. Because if you're not careful, like you can spend an hour plus like having to chop your veggies and everything during the week, and again, that's extra time that we don't have to waste. So if you have to spend like an hour and a half on the weekends to pre-cut everything, do it. I promise you it will save you so much time when it comes time to cook. You literally just throw it all in the pan or whatever you're making, and you're done. No stress, no worries. Trust me. So I'll pre-cut all of that. Carolyn, I always forget this, but whenever she does her fruits, I think she throws it all into the sink with some vinegar and water. I'm sure she'll post that. I always forget. One day I'll remember. I don't normally buy like fruits to snack on during like the day. Mine's in my oatmeal in the morning or in my shake, so I don't just randomly eat fruit. So that's why I don't know, and I always forget every group. But for sure, cut up everything that you can. Sometimes, I haven't done it yet, but I want to try like a crock pot recipe, to where if I make it on Saturday, then I can just freeze it for the week and then unfreeze it. I haven't done that yet, so if anybody has done that and it works and it still tastes good, let me know, because I've been wanting to do that, but I just haven't yet, because I mean, I'm okay with eating leftovers, but Rolly is like super, super picky. And if something is like leftover or it's frozen and I have to unthaw it, like, he will not touch it. So if you have done it and it works, let me know, because if it does, I'm definitely going to do that, because that will help so much. Whenever I go for my containers, I know you can probably find some good stuff on like Amazon to order, like, you know, your meal prepping containers. But I honestly, H-E-B, you get like, I think 4 of these for like $1.50, and I usually, these things seriously go missing. I think Rolly leaves them at work, and then he tells me he doesn't know where they're at. I literally have to buy new of these either every week or every month, and I buy like 12 to 15 at a time, and I'm down to 2. So when I go to the store today, I'm definitely buying more. But these are just, I mean, there's no like sections or anything like that, but they do have the ones at H-E-B where you can section your food, you know, if you don't want everything to touch or anything like that. But like I said, super cheap, super effective, and then of course like plastic silverware, that works as well. Nothing fancy over here. I'm trying to think. I mean, that's usually my routine. I don't do like a whole lot. I just, you know, it's all about finding the recipes that you like, you know, and all the recipes that I also posted are recipes that my family will eat. So I know that, you know, especially if you're starting out on this and like your family is kind of hesitant to make those changes too, it can be a little hard for that. But all of the recipes that I've posted, you know, I've had like Rolly and them eat before. So I think you guys should be good with that. But see, I don't think that there's anything else that I need to tell you. If you have any questions or anything, just post them below in this thread. When I'm going to the store later on with Ethan, I will post after I'm done cooking. That way I don't have to do it tomorrow, because if the weather is good here in San Antonio, we plan on getting out and enjoying ourselves this weekend before we kick off on Monday and start to hit it hard. I hope you guys have a great Saturday and you've got some fun things planned to do. If you can, don't forget, get in your workout, and let's get ready to kick off on Monday. I think Carolyn will be on later today sometime to talk about the expectations for the group and kind of how it will be ran and things like that. So of course, if you have any questions, let us know, but otherwise have a great day, guys. Bye.